Hello and welcome to Fruit of the Spirit. Today I'm answering another question, and that question is, if Moses didn't make it to the promised land, what are my chances? In Numbers chapter 20 verses 1 to 13, the Israelites complained that the thirst and hunger that the wilderness brought were making them feel miserable. God told Moses to strike a nearby rock before them so that water would flow out. Moses, of course, had done this before, so it wasn't a new thing. But after years of growing frustration due to the stubbornness of the people, he didn't give credit to God for the provision of the water, but imposed himself and his grudges on the people. He said, "Hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock?" God wasn't happy with what Moses did, to the extent that he commanded that he would not enter the land. This was despite all his efforts, courage, and dedication to the journey. In addition to Moses not making it, the vast majority of the Israelites died in the wilderness. It was only 2 out of the millions who left Egypt that were above 20 years old that crossed into the promised land, according to Numbers chapter 26 verses 64 to 65. Thus, there must be something that makes the race of salvation difficult. The good news is that Christ gave us the parable of the sower, which describes 3 major factors that make the race of salvation difficult. The first was explained in Matthew chapter 13, verse 19. "When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which receives seed by the wayside." People who belong to this group cannot make sense of the gospel when they hear it. They see it as lacking sense and reason. Many of the Jews during Christ's time fit into this, because in John chapter 6, when Christ gave a sermon about his body being meat for those who wanted to get eternal life, it was an awkward and almost abominable sermon to hear. Many of Christ's disciples left him after hearing it, according to verse 66. Christ then continued by saying, "But he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended." The word offended here does not mean to be angry, but to be discouraged and fall into sin. Christ is saying that some people will fall out of the faith simply because when they look around, they don't see their friends, or co-workers, or society generally doing what they're doing, and they don't want to stand out, because they want validation from society. Aaron's acts in Exodus chapter 32 demonstrate this, because when he was pressured by the Israelites to create new gods for them, he yielded, not wanting to be persecuted by the congregation. And in Paul's letters to the Galatians, he pointed out that some people were focusing on the physical keeping of the Jewish traditions, only because they didn't want to face persecution. As many as desire to make a fair shew in the flesh, they constrain you to be circumcised, only lest they should suffer persecution for the cross of Christ. Galatians chapter 6 verse 12. The final thing Christ said would make some people veer off was this: "He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful." What this means is that some people get distracted by the standards of this world, and how they can compete with others, and how they can fit into society. Demas actually abandoned Paul because he felt he was missing out on worldly things due to his involvement with the gospel, according to 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 10. As Paul said himself, "For Demas hath forsaken me, having loved this present world, and is departed unto Thessalonica, Crescens to Galatia, Titus unto Dalmatia." These 3 factors are very powerful, and except we're determined to serve God faithfully to the end, they might get a hold of us. When someone asks Jesus, "Are there few that be saved?" rather than saying that the majority of Christians would be saved, He said, "Strive to enter in at the strait gate, for many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in, and shall not be able." Luke chapter 13, verse 24. Thus, being aware of these challenges can help us redirect our focus, so that we won't be tempted to jump on the bandwagon and live like others are living. Rather, when people criticize us because of our different way of life, we'll rejoice and be glad. As Christ said, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you, and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you." Matthew chapter 5, verses 10 to 12. And that is the end of the answer for, if Moses didn't make it to the promised land, what are my chances? If you learned something or just enjoyed the video, then please consider subscribing, liking, and clicking the notification bell if you want to see the rest of these videos when I post them. Have a good rest of your day, and God bless you.